a simple thing that's happened to everyone. You are going about your daily activity and you have a thought of somebody. And the next moment, the phone rings and it's that person. Everybody,
everybody had this. Hi, my name is Yana. Thank you for watching. This episode starts with an audio introduction and continues with the video content. So remember to watch it until the end. And subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, share with friends. Thank you for being here and listening to timeless teachings. Do you know what connects Transcendental Meditation, the work of a famous scientist Einstein, and a significant decrease of a street crime rate? My name is Yana, and you're listening to the Timeless Teachings podcast. And our guest today is Jim Bagnola, who will take us on a journey into the depths of our minds and give us truly mind-blowing facts and real-life stories about the benefits of meditation in a way that you might never thought is possible. Jim is an executive coach, an international speaker, an expert in creating professional human beings, and a meditation practitioner with 30 plus years of experience and practice. Make yourself comfortable and let's begin today's voyage. Jim, thank you for joining us today. I'm really looking forward to our conversation. And where are you right now?
I'm in what is called Maharishi Vedic City. It's outside of a small town called Fairfield, Iowa, and it was incorporated because all the homes here are built according to Sthapatya Ved, which means they're facing east, and all the rooms are based according to the movement of the sun. So
that's instance, very interesting.
The sun is directly over where you're eating for lunch, so that digestion and digestive fire is the highest. So every house here is based on that ancient way of building homes, and I wanted to be in a home like this because it feels so good.
Yes, and I know because we spoke before also, right, that you really teach at a very interesting also university, and in general, the town that you are staying and people that are living there deeply connected to meditation.
Correct. Yes. Transcendental Meditation is a practice that's been here since around 1959, and it was brought here by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and he gave it to the scientist and says, show us what it does for the human body and the brain and so forth. And so now it has 417 peer-reviewed studies, and it's I recommend it through my executive coaching because I've done it for over 50 years. And so the university was established, and it's called consciousness-based education because instead of just stuffing information into the brain without improving its capacity, we improve the capacity of the brain while giving information. So the brain, in other words, if you translate that, its intelligence growth rate is increasing.
Which is literally, right? Literally. So because you check students when they come, yes. they go through also the checks.
They have their test, and then after 2 years, and then after 4 years, and we have intelligence growth. And this is not happening in other schools. Your intelligence stays about the same. Your information
sometimes declines.
Well, it depends on what you're drinking during that 4 years.
Oh, how much you're partying, yes.
Yes. So here we have students going to bed at 10 o'clock. And, it's just an odd university, quiet, calm, normally, usually. And people from all over the world. I think I told you some of my classes, leadership classes, have 40, sometimes 50 different countries in the room. Wow. So I love it. I come in and I say, welcome to the United Nations.
That's exactly it. I mean, that's very beautiful to see that there's actually a place like this where they experiment with the transcendental meditation, right? And you have been sharing how long they're doing it already, and you can see the results.
Yes.
So that's just very inspirational for all educational system that we have.
Yeah.
Okay, what I actually wanted to ask is about your personal journey. Mm-hmm. How did you got into whatever people call under spirituality or meditation? So how did that happen that Jim is on the path?
Well, as I mentioned, that if you have 10% of the population meditating, then crime goes down automatically. You affect the whole environment. So if you do some of the advanced programs, now you only need 1% of the population. So 4,000 of us gathered together in Washington, D.C. in July and August of, I think it was 1994. It's a study that's been replicated 10, 12 times now. So we all went there. We started meditating. Before that, we had a press conference, and the president of this university, he's a world-renowned physicist, he gave a talk on TM, and he said, we expect crime to drop about 20%. And the police chief said, let me tell you something, sonny boy. The only thing that will drop our crime 20% is a snowstorm. And it's July and August. It's so hot. It's like Singapore every day.
Yes.
It's so hot. And so at the end of I think it was 6 weeks, the scientists came in to another press conference, and it was interesting. The police chief didn't show up because nothing else had changed in the environment. They didn't add police. There was no snowstorm. Nothing changed except these 4,000 people who came in to practice this program. And crime dropped 24%, not 20%. And other scientists looked at that, not scientists who were meditators. They were measuring crime, and what other thing happened? Nothing. So police chief couldn't say, well, it was this or it was that. It was that. The only difference was the practice. And so this has been done on that's the level of a city, but this has been done on the level of the world. In Jerusalem, I was also part of another study in the 80s that showed, this was during the Lebanon war with Israel. I mean, we were meditating, but on the border, we heard boom, boom. The war was going on. And so anyway, every time we had 1% of the population of Israel, the whole country changed. Crime went down. Admissions to hospitals went down. Negative reporting in the newspapers went down. So this is what people like you and people you interview have as an effect on the world. We can bring coherence to incoherence wherever it is. We just don't have enough people to get 1% of the population of the world yet.
I'm getting goosebumps, Jim, seriously, because one of the common question I heard people asking, let's say, monks or yogis, or those teachers who spend years and years in meditation. And it always pains me to hear that question from them when someone walks in the room and says, okay, pointing at the teacher sitting somewhere for 10 or 12 years in the forest or mountain in the isolation meditating, how do you help the world? Right? And every time when I hear this question, and I was like, seriously, is this what you want to ask? But I'm so glad that you're so beautifully explained in already just those examples that you provided, how it helps.
This in physics, everything I say has a scientific verification, or I'm not going to say it because I don't know. You know, if somebody asks me about global warming, I tell you, I don't know. I just know it's having some effect in the world and we need to do something about it, but I don't know the science. But in physics, what I explained it's called action at a distance. In fact, Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. That how could I sit here and affect people who want to commit crime but can't because there's more coherence in the atmosphere? So the way it happens is this: if you look at the to one part of the many solutions to really bettering our planet.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jim. That was very, very interesting. So thank you for your time. Yes, and I definitely learned a lot.
Me too. Thank you, Yana. It was great. I'm glad we finally, after seeing each other and some Romanian people telling you about me, and
you know who you are. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, I'm glad actually we made it happen across just distance, and I do feel that whatever you shared today during this hour is actually very, very insightful. So I'm in deep gratitude.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure for me, and thank you for partnering with me to have a meeting of the minds.
Yes. Wow, that was a powerful and deep dive into the world of transcendental meditation, a new type of education and conscious leadership. Did you enjoy the interview? Feel free to share this episode with friends, subscribe to the podcast, and follow us on social media. Stay wild and be humble. До встречи!